If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream, chase it. 'Cause a dream won't chase you back. If you're gonna love somebody, hold on as long and as strong and as close as you can, till you can.
Good morning. We have just left Ile de Yeux and are on our way to Spain. When we came out the harbour, it was rather low tide. Oh, sorry, that's my hand. I'm holding on the table and he's thinking I'm grabbing him. It was rather low tide, so Stuart had a very butt-clenching moment of trying to get through the low tide, and obviously I was to blame because I took far too long getting ready, so we should have been out an hour previous. But I'd broke a nail, I had to put my sun cream on, I had to have a wash because we're going to be out here for 2 days, so I had things to do. Anyway, we got over that, and the water when we got out was horrible. It was right choppy, and I thought, oh my god, we're going to have this for 2 days. I had a right cob on. Anyway, all of a sudden it calmed down, and it's much better now. It's still not brilliant because it's rolling and like corkscrewing around, but it's a lot better than it was. And that ship that you've just seen, we just had well, it's not a close encounter, but the ship was coming along across our path, and then miraculously he slammed his brakes on. And I've never seen a ship do that, really. Normally, you in the sailing boat, the rule is you have to avoid the big ships. But anyway, he lobbed his brakes on. We saw all this black smoke coming out. And I think he was assessing the situation, what was going to happen with us, before he then continued to carry on in front of us. Yeah, quite a close encounter. Glad it was in the daylight, not the dark. So, how far have we got to go, Stuart?
About 265 miles. So, exited from the port, the other lens in the story is this boat, the draft is 2 meters, and we're at extreme low water. So I was trying to hurry Helen up, and she was saying, what difference does it make? I've got a cracked nail, which I'm going to have to file. So I'm counting the millimetres of water as it drops to low water. Anyway, eventually we came off the pontoon, and as we exited the harbour, there's quite a considerable amount of chalk. But the depth went down to 2.1 metres, which is 10 centimetres underneath the keel. That much underneath the keel. So there you go. And Helen was completely oblivious to it. Meanwhile, I got the defibrillator out and resuscitated myself. But there you go. Life on the ocean waves, hey?
Where are we going to? I've forgotten.
Eon.
Yeah, Ehon or Hehon. It's pronounced like a right funny. It reminds me of a donkey, like Hehon, Hehon. But yeah, that's where we're headed. As you can see, we've still got our bobble hats on, full wet weather gear. It's freezing still, but it is sunny. It's not raining. Yet. Apparently there is some rain due at some point. So we'll see how we get on. The steering mechanism has developed an annoying squeak. So the toolbox has now appeared on deck, which means that Mr. Appleby has to go investigating. And poor Stuart. I personally would put up with it till we get Spain and sort it out then, but not our Stuart. He has to go and investigate. So he's going to start dismantling bits while we're sailing along. Everything has an access hatch, so he's got some, what they call them, Allen keys. And he's now having a nosy in here. just put the microphone down here. There's the, yeah, you can probably hear that. We have got 2 days of this squeak to put up with, so.
It's going to come off without any force, which I'm not willing to do at this point in time.
And don't screw it back up.
Yeah, leave it for now. See what gets on.
He's reappeared with the lubrication tin. So I'm interested to see where he's going to try and...
You have to shoot this vigorously. I appear to have developed a natural ability to this. I don't know where it's come from.
Now the reason I'm always so interested in what he's doing is because when it goes wrong, I then have to be the assistant. The other funny thing is, halfway through the problem, I then realise I know enough to be dangerous and start solving the problem, but not quite enough to fix it. So I start adding me 2 penneth as to what he should and shouldn't be doing. That's not making a noise.
Here's what the lubrication does.
Right, we're about this side. Oh, it's still squeaking. Don't squirt it at me.
So inside the steering mechanism there's several pulleys, cables that attach the steering wheel to the rudder. And it's probably that the pulleys are a little bit dry and need a bit of lubrication. And the access is in through the back of the boat, which is
not that again.
Which is impossible. It looks like we're going to have to put up with it until we get to Eon. There you go, folks.
Here comes another big man. He's changed course as well, which is so unusual at the big ships. But he was heading right for us and now he's going behind us. So at least someone on the bridge is awake. That's nice. All very calm. Sun's out. Sun's been out all day. It's cold. Obviously still got the hat on. Uneventful. Nobody else here. No other sailing boats out. It's a very quiet afternoon. I've started listening to audiobooks. Stuart's a big avid audiobook listener. I'm not normally that fussed. I prefer the music on. However, when I've got 2 days to fill, I thought I'll have a go. So I'm listening to Keith Richards' autobiography read by Johnny Depp. Stuart's just reminded me that in 15 minutes we got Captain's Hour. So Captain's Hour was something that Stuart had come across actually in another book. It's a guy who sailed around the world umpteen times, avid sailor. And he says he has Captain's Hour at 5 o'clock every day. This is obviously when they're sailing along and out at sea and all that. And it's basically an hour of coming together rather than being on your separate watch systems. We're not, by the way, we're just both like on deck together. But it's an hour of crew amusement or something like that, where you're not technically working. It's almost like an hour off. So we've both been in our own little worlds because he's got his book on, I've got mine on. And we're going to have Captain's Hour in a bit, so that'll be nice. I know what he's thinking Captain's Hour's all about. He's got no chance. Little drink and some aperitif. You want to try cutting up bloody sausage on as the boat's rolling about. That's good fun, working with a sharp knife. Captain, this is your hour.
This is Captain's Hour. It's a tradition to improve the crew's morale. So a couple of little drinks. That's it. Discuss the good things, the bad things of the day. where everybody comes on deck at the same time every day. Hopefully to uplift morale.
We're back in the cubby hole again. We've just put it up for the night. There she goes. The good news is we have cushions this time. So I've just had a little hour's kip, and our steward's got me back up because there's a load of fishing boats on the horizon. He's got them on the GPS plotter. So it's a bit like your car GPS for boats, but other boats transmit a signal so you can see where other boats are. So on the map, there's loads of green fishing boats ahead, and we should be able to see them, and we can't. We can't see them at all in reality. So that's why we're both just sat here now under the cubbyhole monitoring for fishing vessels. A bright light on the horizon is the fishing boat, and we can see other things flashing. Oh, bloody Nora, he's coming towards us now. Stuart has changed direction. Stuart, I would come out here if I were you. See, look, now it looks like he's coming at us. He's proper close. He's probably 200 metres. There isn't another fucking ship in the Bay of Biscay, and this one has to come 200 metres from us. I see he's putting all his Billy Beamers on. Yeah, the good news is, kids, he's missed us. Good morning. We survived the night. Uneventful after the shipping. What do you call it? That fishing vessel thing. We weren't sure what it was. I thought we were going to Spain where it's warm. I've seen where I've got on again. I've had to upgrade the hat to a proper. Why I bought this I don't know, because it is the most unattractive thing, but I can pull it right down, look, and I've got a fastener under my chin, and I get these fur-bits next to my skin, so it's quite warm. It's warmer than the white bobble hat, but it's not attractive at all. Anyway, I don't care about that at 2 o'clock in the morning. Pouring down with rain again. He's awake now. We're back in the cubby hole. We're all off to sunny Spain. What's going on? If we have no sun there and we have rain and cold and I still need my hat on, I'll be fuming. I hope you can hear the rain. The sea's got up, so we can't sit still or straight because we've been thrown out of our seats. He's on the high side, I'm on the low side, so he's wedged himself in. We're both strapped in, by the way. We've got like these orange lifelines on attached to the boat. He's wedged in at the back, and I'm sitting like I've got one butt cheek. I don't know how I'm going to film this somehow. You have a go at that, Stuart. It's on the thing. Maybe if you put it that way so they can see. So I've got one butt cheek. My left butt cheek is on the seat, and my right butt cheek's hanging off the back here, because when the boat decides to move, like keel over, or not quite keel over, you know what I mean, I can't sit on that seat, otherwise I'm thrown into the thing like this, you see. So I'm sat in the middle. Oh my god, the cameramanship is amazing. But then I've got this strap, it's my harness that I'm hanging on to, a bit like reins on a horse. And so Stuart over there, look, because there's no handles, so you need to be able to hang on while we're going through this storm. Yeah, so we're having a lovely morning.
And this is breakfast.
Oh yeah, breakfast was pack of Serrano ham because I can't go and cook because it's too bouncy. So eggs, forget the eggs this morning. So we've had pack of Serrano ham between us, and there's that plastic cheese up there. Look there, that Emmental cheese from Lidl. That is in slices. It comes in quite handy to chuck in an omelette. But yeah, we've had to miss the eggs. We've just had the ham and cheese filling. So we're sitting here currently thinking of all the nice Spanish food that we're going to get when we arrive. Tell you what, Rod Stewart weren't no proper pissing sailor. He wouldn't have wrote that bleeding song if he'd been on a journey. See, I've just been thrown over. He wouldn't have been writing that song if he'd been on a journey like this. Despite it being the worst footage ever through this plastic window, we have got dolphins. And they're right next to the boat. They're beautiful. Here they come. We're in the middle of this horrible storm, but dolphins have appeared. Got a flipper jump. Good afternoon, this is Captain's Hour on day 2. We weren't going to have a drink because we've been that miserable. Because it's just been awful today. Yesterday was a different day completely. Today has been awful. Awful weather. Raining. High winds. Sea went nasty. It's just been horrible. Neither of us, well, I say neither of us got much sleep last night. I got a lot more than Stuart. So, but even so, nowhere near my usual 14 hours. So we weren't going to do Captain's Hour and decided, that noise by the way is the sails flailing around. We weren't going to do Captain's Hour, but we went, fuck it. We've, I think after our endurance of today, we owe ourselves a drink. And my champagne thing would have gone flat anyway. So I've got a glass of that and he's on his red wine. And I've never been so glad to find a little pack of peanuts in the cupboard as I have tonight. We're on stale bread, it's cutting the roof of your mouth up, and we're on butter rations because I've forgot to get butter. So we're on spreading olive oil on it. And we're now out of the posh pate as well. So we're going to be like little refugees by the time we get in. So we've got 50 miles to go. The wind's pissing around, so we're having to zigzag. And we're going to get in the early hours of the morning and have to find our way into a new marina in the dark, which is just what we need at the end of this. So, yeah, I'll be glad when this is over. And I think I'll be staying wherever we end up for about a week because I don't think I'll want to see the sea again. I thought I'd bring this down here so you can see through the windows how rocky and rolly it is and how you can hear the racket of the annoying squeak in the bedroom here. He's not got any better. And then the sails any minute will start. Oh, here we go. There we go. There goes a big wave. That's all the shit in the cupboard banging. It's the oven going mental as well. He's doing what he should do on his rocker, but all the tins and stuff in there start banging against the door. Anyway, while all that's going on, I'm trying to make croutons. I mean, who on earth tries to make croutons on a ship? But it's what you do with your stale bread. So that loaf that I could kill orcas with the other day has now gone beyond. I mean, look, you can put your hand in it. Look, you can't actually even make dent in it. So I'm trying to cut these into cubes and then they'll go in the little enamel dish and in the oven. and that'll definitely, once they're done, that will take out every single piece of moisture that was ever in your mouth. And they'll be regurgitated in some salad probably tomorrow. They were a perfect success and nice and super crispy, so we'll look forward to those. In fact, Stuart just nearly broke his teeth on one of them testing them. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I think it's Wednesday. We're arriving in Gijón. We've got a series of lights. It is lit up like Blackpool. There's a big industrial port here, so we can see ships and all sorts. I'm going to turn this round so you can have a look. Full moon helps in the visibility. You can see it's just rays of light.
So we're going to go along here to here. So this channel's 170. Takes us into this fairway. We're going to enter the marina and either go on one of these pontoons or that pontoon. We'll suss that out closer.
So that's the plan. There's us, the little black dot on the map. We have arrived in Spain. So we're very happy because the trauma into the port wasn't too traumatic at all. Hundreds and hundreds of flights to try and navigate your way around. But it was fairly simple to get into the port, and there's no one in the marina where we've just moored up. So it was nice and easy, no stress at all. Stuart could circle round and round while I was faffing about. So we are alongside. And Captain, any word from you?
No, so the port entry is very, very good, very, very easy. We survived, we've made it. And apparently, to celebrate the crossing, the Bay of Biscay, Helen's got a very, very special drink. So it's 5:30 in the morning, but we're going to have a drink of Plymouth gin.
Navy strength. That's the gunpowder one. And I'm not joking when I say gunpowder, because the reason why it's called Navy strength is so that if the gin ever got spilt on the gunpowder, they could still light it.
No,
No?
the
Have I
reason
got that wrong?
Navy is because the alcohol strength is 57%, and before they had QC checks, 57% is the lowest concentration that you can still light gunpowder. So to test that the strength was high enough, they put on gunpowder, and if it lit, then it was Navy strength. If it didn't light, then it wasn't. It had been watered down.
Nearly got it right. Anyway, something to do with blowing up gunpowder with your gin. So I'm going to go blow my head off now with the gin and go for a little nap. It's good night from me, and it's good night from him.